ask you something. Do you think you're a little bit different than the person you were on Friday at 8:59 a.m.? Do you think there's a little bit of a difference? Yeah, I'm trying to give you guys significant events for you to be in the doing, to be in the action side. Because I said, goals are BS. It's about taking those activities, those high leverage activities, and doing something with them. And that's exactly what our next speaker is about. When I saw Jennifer Bagley speak, it will. You ever hear the expression "the angels started to sing" and the sky lit up? Because she started to share with me the true aspect of being in business, and that is key. What I just said is being in business. Ron made mention of it. Do you know your audience? Do you know the numbers and all that? Well, Jennifer is going to ask you those kind of questions and then some, so that this is no longer a hobby. Do you understand that? There's a difference between a hobby and being in business, an entrepreneur. A hobby is, hey, we're having fun, and my dad has a barn, let's go put on a play. All right? Too many Mickey Rooney movies for me, I guess. All right?
Or personal stories.
Or personal stories, yeah. Oh my word. So let me tell you something. This individual probably, her credentials could run forever. The founder of DNet, the president of Sales Supply Chain Network, leading partner in CI Web Group. Let me tell you something. Her credentials speak for herself. In fact, I can't think of a better person to show you exactly what we need to be doing in business, creating those high leverage activities. Why? So that we get the ROI. Does everybody know what ROI is? Money in your pocket. And what's today about? Monetize. So let's just put your hands together and make some noise for Jennifer Bagley. The hug noise.
How are you guys doing this morning? Yes? No one sleepy from lunch?
No.
We're here to talk about making some money?
Yes.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. All right, you guys, we're going to start real quick. Everybody stand up out of your seats. I want to make sure no one's sleepy.
There you go.
Got to make sure no one's sleepy. Absolutely. How many of you love exactly where you are right now? How many of you want something bigger?
Yeah.
Fantastic. This is so simple. In order to get a new result, we have to do what?
Something different.
Something new. We absolutely have to do something new. We're going to cover a tremendous amount of information in this 90-minute period. I'm going to walk you through something that's probably going to make you want to drink afterwards. I'm going to go real technical on you for a minute, so I had to at least sweeten it up with some music in the beginning. All right, you guys. Today we're going to go over a 12-step roadmap to success. But I'm not a PowerPoint presenter. I don't like PowerPoint very much. So we're going to fly through a PowerPoint so we can get down and dirty. Last year I came to this event and I wore like 4-inch red heels and a dress. This time I'm in jeans. So that way we can really take it home. You guys, we're going to be talking about how to grow your business and how to make money, because stuff right now is changing drastically. How many of you have kids? Yeah, anybody know a 13 or under? Have you even seen a toddler with an iPhone? Yes?
Yes.
They think we're slow. Real slow. How many of you want to be in business 1,000 days from now? Guess what your new competition is?
The toddler with the cell phone.
So my son. So my son, his name's Terrell, he's 14 years old, he'll be 15 next month. His database at 14 is probably 10 times the size of this room combined. Anybody see a 13 or a 12 or a 14-year-old recently decide that they were going to completely change the way they communicate to a new device? Like in a 30-day window? Anybody notice that transition? What was it? Any thoughts? They used to communicate on what?
Instagram.
Instagram, okay. Well, Instagram's actually old now. Yes. So let's say 6 months ago, where were they?
Twitter.
Facebook, absolutely. About a month after that, they migrated to? Who said Twitter?
Twitter.
Twitter, absolutely. And then when Twitter got old, they migrated to?
Instagram.
Instagram, absolutely. Now they're on? Vine.
Oh. What?
Vine, see? I'm telling you. When you take an entire population here. And whoever doesn't come with me, you don't exist. Is it? See, and I know they don't exist because my mom cusses me out on a regular basis because my son won't talk to her or respond on Facebook anymore. My son thinks Facebook's for old people and emails for dead people. That's a problem. This is a problem. I say this because everything we're talking about is communication. How we communicate, where we communicate, what we communicate with. And if our next generation of, let me put this in perspective, future prospects, future competitors, future employees, or future employers, hold that thought, that's what we have next. We have a new generation that moves faster than we think. You notice when kids go to school, there's a lot of diagnosis of ADD right now. They don't have ADD. They just think faster than the teachers do. They don't. You think about a kid right now, they come out, they have all this technology and information and music and YouTube, and they have all of this. Their brains are wired differently.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you don't have the pace picked up, they seem like they might have ADD because their brains, their little neurons are moving so fast. We have to be careful though, because as business owners, we're only 1,000 days away from having my son and his generation, which they learned technology. They weren't born with it. My son didn't grow up in kindergarten asking for a cell phone. We waited till like 6th grade. Okay? But the 2-year-olds right now have phones. That's the difference. They're sitting in the back seat, mom hands them a phone, dad hands them a phone, they're going to town. They're not figuring out the remote control anymore, they're figuring out how to log into their bank account to transfer money to their debit card. Through an app. That is where we are right now. So I'm telling you this because what it is going to require of you to compete in the next 1,000 days is a significant shift in the way that you think, the way that you act, and the technology you use. Is that fair to say? Are you nervous?
Yes.
I am nervous, and I'm good at it. Right? I am absolutely nervous, and I'm good at this. One of my best coaches in my business is my son. We were just talking about this. I watch how do they shop, how do they think. I watch how I get my Christmas list. You notice Christmas lists are changing? At one point they send you links to websites, then they started, well first it was cutting out paper, I had that short term. Then it was sending links to websites, now I get a video for everything you want. Hey, a link to a video, a link to a video, a link to a video, with 4 endorsements from friends of why it's cool. This is changing. This is what we have to think about right now. The relationship between technology and people. This relationship has to exist. It must exist. We're going to talk a little bit about why. You guys, everybody should have this piece of paper, the roadmap. This is my business plan as it relates to marketing, and I'm sharing this with you. We're going to do a few exercises, but you're going to need this piece of paper. In the very top right-hand corner, I want you to write down these 4 things. Technology. Do you have the right technology? Do you have the right strategy? Do you have the right network? And do you have the right behavior? I can take 2 businesses, side by side, same product, same service, same marketplace, same price point. One performs here and one performs here. Same marketing investment, same technology, same everything. What is the difference?
Behavior.
Absolutely. It's behavior. It's entirely behavior. It's what you do with it. So many times we come to an event like this and we purchase some big package and we go home, we take some great notes and we're ready to implement, and then, life takes over. We have to be more in control of our own actions. But the predecessor to that is we have to be in control of our own thoughts. I love the fact that coming to these events, Maurice, you guys are freaking fantastic. I love coming to these because I literally, every time I come, I get to see transformation in the way people think and deliver. I'll tell you, as a speaker, I get hired a lot. And I'll go speak at an event I spoke at last year. Same group of people, nothing changed. Get hired again, same group of people, nothing changed. Business is the same size, still doing the same thing, still want a different result. I have a hard time presenting there. It's very difficult for me emotionally to sit in that room and not just freak out like mom style. Like, really mom style. That's why I like working with Marines. Because there is a specific, notable change in the way that people think, in the results they get in their business, and the actions that they take. This is it. I love being here. Okay, so we're going to go through, real quick, what might be going through a few people's heads once we get into the technology piece. Number one excuse that prevents people from doing well from a marketing standpoint, especially digitally, is, survey says, I don't have enough time. You guys, I want you to think about this. How many of you consider yourself in sales? Let me ask again. How many of you consider yourself in sales? Do you have a child?
Yeah.
You have to get them to bed on time. You're in sales. Do you have a spouse?
Yes.
You're better than you think. Okay? Now, if you are in sales, how many of you repeat yourself continuously, over and over and over again, asking the same and answering the same question continuously, day after day? It is not, and I implore you to hold this tight, it is not that you don't have enough time. It is that you do misuse it. It is that you misuse it. Think about the difference. If I came here, so I came from Dallas, so I got on a 4-hour flight, I've been here back and forth between events, and if I came in and I'm only speaking to this room, what is the value if I was just to come here and I was to present to just you? What is the value and how long does it last for my business?
The next 90 minutes.
The next what?
For the next 90 minutes.
The next 90 minutes and maybe some trickle over because we stay in contact. Because there might be a handful of you that right now pick up your cell phones and go find me on Facebook so I don't lose touch with you. That would be a good thing. So let me say it again. Because there might be a few of you that pick up your cell phone and find me on Facebook. That might be a good thing.
Not Vine.
Vine is a problem for me. Actually, it is a big distraction because it is funny as all get out. It's funny, but stay off of it. Stay off of it. It's also a major distraction because it is hysterical. Okay, so as you're grabbing your cell phones and you're connecting with me on Facebook, because that would be a good thing to do, because then you can watch me practice what I preach, and we can stay in touch, and I can introduce you to my network. Love you, love you, love you. Where's your phone?
I'm already
Love you. You're already in touch with me, that's for sure. Okay, fantastic, good. Find me on Facebook. I think my personal page was over limit, and I tried to delete everybody, but that didn't work, so connect with my fan page. All right, you guys. Perfect. So just type in, it's Miss Jennifer Bagley or Jennifer Bagley. All right, so number one excuse, I don't have enough time. The difference is we have my man right here, Mr. Bruce Waterman, who is taking this moment to digitize this presentation. Bruce is going to put a bumper on the beginning. He does his fancy thing with some music and an intro and then an exit and puts his... Now, speaking of joint ventures, Bruce, what's your last slide going to be on my presentation? On this video?
Exposure bids.
It's going to be his company. At the back of my video of this event, he's going to put his company on there. And he's going to put Maurice Domino's event on there. Is that a joint venture?
Yes.
I'm in, Ron. I'm in. I do it all day long. All right. Now that video is going to get uploaded to YouTube. What's going to happen on YouTube? Are more people going to see that video than the 50 in the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's going to happen to it over time? It's going to grow. So I am going to have some kind of call to action that says, if you're interested in getting in touch with me, fill out the form below and I'd be happy to help you. Okay? I had to do a 2-second plug. However, that's real. Write down the top 10 questions you get asked. If you don't have a video asking those top 10 questions, you cause your own pain. You cause your own pain. You literally are saying, I don't have enough time to grow my business, make money at it, and I choose this path. The top 10 questions you get asked, the top 10 questions people should ask, and everything in between. Everything is about digitization. You don't know how? Time and knowledge, time is one thing. Just make a commitment to digitize everything that you do. Do you have a message?
Yes.
Yes. You have a fantastic message. Do people need to hear it?
Yes.
You don't freaking need to get booked to speak for people to hear it. You don't. Getting booked to speak is an afterthought. But if you have a mass amount of content all over the internet, you have videos everywhere, guess what you're doing? Speaking. All day, every day. You speak all day, every day. Helen Brahms,
Yes, ma'am.
I love you. When we first met, you doing videos and popping up Google Hangouts and interviews and everything else, that wasn't your game.
No, not at all.
I remember looking at you for his website. So, you right now, not only, Helen is part of DNET, she creates digital content on a regular basis, she does interviews on a regular basis, she now has her own what?
Radio show, YouTube channel, and TV show.
Wow.
Woo! That's hot. That's absolutely hot. Okay? I just have to tell you, that's my thoughts. This woman can be found anywhere. She is sought out by everyone, not because she's sitting in front of a stage or an audience or trying to find speaking events to get it booked. Don't overcomplicate this. If you have a message and you get comfortable delivering it, do it every day. Do it every single day. Digitize your message. No notebook. You put the notebook down and talk. The best way to get comfortable delivering everything that Maurice has taught you in the last few days is to do it over and over and over again. You guys, change comes from two things. Only two ways. A significant emotional event, usually it's negative, or consistency. I don't want a tail whooping in order to change, because that's usually what happens. A significant emotional event, or consistency. That's how change occurs. So many times we change, but it's very superficial. So can we get rid of this excuse?
Yes.
I want you, the next time you hear yourself say this, I want you to have a coming to Jesus moment with yourself. Okay? When you say, well, I don't have, I'm not sure. I need it to not come out of your breath. Don't say it, because you absolutely have unlimited time. I don't have a big sales team. Right now I'm here, I travel everywhere. I've been a single mom for years. I travel everywhere, I speak, I do presentations, I get to travel. On Thursday I was surfing in your guys' beach over at, where was I at? Oceanside, I think?
Oceanside.
Yes, I was surfing, I was in waves, back on the cell phone on waves, back on the cell phone, stepped on jellyfish, okay. So that's my life. But I don't have to worry about where my new business is going to come from because I am digitized everywhere. Because I have videos everywhere that speak this message, that teach, that answer questions, that are in front of people no matter where I could not speak for an entire year. And I would have enough business that everything that I do is taken care of, all my operational expenses, my living expenses, everything. And I don't need to speak. I do it because I love it. Is that somewhere you want to be?
Yes.
All right. You guys, what does a business, if you want a growing business, what does that look like to you? Is it that you can cover your own expenses?
No.
Wait, who said it with attitude? It's got to be bigger than, right?
Yes.
Now let me put this in perspective. You're allowed to have whatever goals you choose. You don't have to want to conquer the world, rule the world, have mass amounts of money, mass amounts of freedom and time and everything else. But you have to have a goal. And hopefully your goal is extended past where you actually want to be. I don't want to create a business that I'm trading time for cash. Watch how you create your speaker business. Be very, very, very careful. If you create a business, a consulting and speaking business, that is a straight exchange for time to money. I can tell you exactly how much you will ever make in your life.
How much?
Well, depends on how much you charge. You can do the math. But at some point you cap out. The only way, this is mathematical equation. You are a single resource, you have a single resource, X number of hours and X number of price points you're going to charge per hour. And then you have, what's your occupancy, right? You're no different than a hotel, okay? Are you fully booked? You 80% booked, 60% booked, 40% booked? If you're 100% booked, you sell every single hour that you have. Tell me this, did it actually support the original goal you wanted to become an entrepreneur for? Does it contradict it?
Yes.
Absolutely. We have to be very, very, very careful that we don't get what we ask for. Because sometimes we ask for the wrong thing. We don't think through what we want. We have to be very careful. You guys, everything right now, I'm guessing, the way people are marketing, or handling their business, it is probably extremely what? First one?
Inefficient.
And? Do you live in that space? Absolutely. I know it because I've been there. So I need you to become a nerd. If you want to disguise it with cute shoes, by all means do that. However, I need you to become a nerd. I want you to think about, first one,
Digitization.
second,
Replication.
third,
Automation.
say it again, first one,
Digitization.
second,
Replication.
third.
Automation.
That is the name of the game. That is the name of the game. Digitize yourself, your message. Replicate yourself in as many places as possible and automate anything and everything that you can. To give yourself, I guarantee, the one thing you wanted when you started this mission. What is the one thing everybody wants?
More time.
Absolutely. Everyone asks, why do I do what I do? My goal has been simple, and it's never changed. I want the freedom to choose without restriction. That is my goal. It's my personal mission. I want the freedom to choose without restriction. I don't know what I want to do. I have no clue. I'm going to go live in Africa, get out of heels for a while. You know, no clue. I don't know what I want to do, but I do know that I personally want the ability to choose without restriction. And every act I make in my business, every action, every decision is designed with me thinking about that. Not designing a business that's 100% about just me. I'm not designing a business that requires me to be involved in order to be able to live and accomplish what I want. How many of you would like that? The freedom to choose without restriction. Okay, I want you to write down, I'm going to give you my personal creed. It's not in here. Okay, this is my promise to myself. I promise, write down, I promise to protect and leverage. I promise to protect and leverage my time, money, relationships, technology, and network. And underline the words protect and leverage. I promise to protect and leverage my time, money, relationships, technology, and network. I have that on sticky notes everywhere. I used to have it everywhere. I don't need it anymore because I live by it. But I used to have it everywhere. I used to have it on my mirror, I used to have it on my computer, I'd have it on my dash, I had it on my passenger. Oh, you don't put those, you can't put sticky notes on your rearview mirror, by the way, that's a ticket. So, all right, you guys, I want you to think about this. I want you to, pull yourself out of your own business right now, and I want you to think about yourself as a consumer. In the last 12 months, how many of you have made a buying decision because you watched a television show, radio, magazine, newspaper, flyer, brochure, or a billboard? What did you buy?
Something off one of those channels. Oh, a steamer.
Are you at home shopping now?
I try not
Oh.
to be.
I have tendencies, don't worry. All right, what else? Someone else?
Same thing on the QVC.
Oh, the QVC.
I like our when, but I also still get my advertising from TV for movies.
Okay,
So
fantastic. Anyone else? I'm not on that side yet. Do you like these odds? Do you like the left-hand side odds? I love the fact I'm not trained in marketing. Not trained in marketing at all. Not at all. My background is actually supply chain management, logistics, distribution. I've done ERP implementations, CRM implementations on an enterprise level. Very corporate background. I've been self-employed for 12 years. And a mom. This is critical. When I see people go into business and they start doing things that they don't buy into as a consumer, that's a problem. When we start marketing our business using vehicles that as a consumer you don't respond to, that's another have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself. You know what I mean? That is, you have to stop, pull yourself out and say, God, don't just do things to do things. Do things because they work. So, next question. How many of you in the last 12 months have made a purchase because somebody referred you to a service provider, an event, or a product? Raise your hand and look around. More than one purchase? Raise your hand and look around. More than 10? Raise your hand and look around. Fantastic. What about Google? How many of you made a purchase in the last 12 months because of that? Raise your hand and look around. More than one? More than 10? Fantastic. Better odds?
Yep.
Stop diluting your efforts. Don't dilute your efforts. I know this. People buy because of two ways. One, because of the internet. Two, because of referrals, and they validate referrals on the internet. How many of you, if I referred you to Maurice Tamino's event, would go Google Maurice Tamino and look at his website before you registered? If the website was horrible or the information was bad or there were negative reviews, how many of you would just not call? Easy enough. You can't get away with the referral business only. It doesn't work because you're losing too much business to your own brand on Google if you're not properly positioned, if you don't have a well-built website, if you look like when it was made by a triple F. Not a triple F. You're going to ask? Friends, family, and fools. We've all done it, including myself. All right, we're going to go through a 12-step roadmap. Everything is about doing the right thing at the right time in the right order. Doing the right thing at the right time in the right order. You guys are going to go to a ton of trainings. You're going to hear speakers. You're going to go to a class. It's going to be a social media class and some Twit's going to teach you how to tweet and all that stuff, and that's fine. However, shouldn't have said twit. Sorry. Okay, so, however, oops. Okay. This is about doing the right thing. You guys, my brain, I have an operational background. So infrastructure is critical. The ability to automate is critical. The ability to replicate yourself is critical. And then there's other stuff. You have a 12-step roadmap, and that's what we're going to go through. On this sheet of paper, we're going to go through each slide. You guys are going to grade yourself, 1 through 10. 1 being I'm not doing so hot. 10 being I got this going on. Cool? 1 being not so much. 10 being I got it going on. All right? The first one. Actually, you know what? Let me cover this very fast. Everything we're going to go through is going to break down into these. First, we're going to talk about the business, then technology, strategy change, vendor selection, implementation, reviewing your results, refining the plan, and repeating the process. The goal is to get results. Not to feel like I have another opportunity. I meet a lot of small business owners that are in a constant state of feeling like it's growing. We want results. We need to have pen to paper, cash in the bank. We need to have you growing. This is critical. And not growing as in your revenue is growing and so are your expenses and you have this margin. This is called stress. Okay? We need your operational expenses to stay low and your income to grow. We need the margin to split in between them. That's results. Fair? We're on the same page? First things first. The reason you're here, it's the #1 step in the 12-step roadmap. You cannot embark on this journey without having a coach and somebody to implement. You either have time or money, pick. This is black and white. This is one or the other. You either have time or money. But every one of us, my coach is Tony Jerry, Maurice is a coach, my business partner Casey is a coach. I have a group of people that I do not live without. I require them to hold me accountable, give me new ideas. Tell me your name again. Mark. Mark came down and sat down. He's like, what are you doing? Are you preparing? I was like, no. The only person that I prepared with is Maurice. Maurice came over, sat down with me. I was like, all right, tips, pointers, tell me, slow down. What are we going to do? I need that from him to this day. I don't have to prepare for this event. I don't need a PowerPoint slide. I don't even think about. Brad came up and was like, Jen, are you nervous? No. About what? I was like, no. I don't need to prepare, but I absolutely need my coach. I have to have that. I need him to jog my memory and help me remember. You want me to take my brace off? I can see him looking at me going, okay, stop jiggling. All right. So, speaking of coaches, you guys, this is critical. Private coaching, if you can get it, please go there. You've got to have someone who is better, who has been where you want to go. It doesn't mean every coach is the same. I have somebody that coaches me specifically on speaking. I have somebody that coaches me specifically on business building, on business strategy, on infrastructure, on operations, on technology. So you have to be careful about who you choose as a mentor. Many times I see small business owners literally ask Uncle Harry, who's broke, about money. If you go to a social media marketing agent that has a business of one, and they sit down and during that coaching session, they're like, look, I'm going to help you grow to 10. You should ask, have you done that before? Not did you sell your services to somebody who's at 10. Have you done that before? Have you generated X amount of leads? Know what you want and don't be afraid to ask for it. Don't be afraid to go after the right coach. Second one, implementation. Your goals have got to be in alignment with who you're going to have implement. Me, I use a lot of virtual assistants. Okay, so there's people, anything you can get off your plate that's mundane and task and repetitive, get it off your plate. Create opportunities. Many times I spend money I don't have, knowing that if I make that decision, I'll make more. Does that make sense? Many times I spend money I don't have because I'm 100% confident I can make more with that hour. I'll tell you, housekeepers is a good example of that. I'm not cleaning my own house. I'm not doing it for 150 bucks. You know how much I can make in an hour and a half? Actually, I'm sorry. It would take me 12 hours to clean my house. And I'm stressed. So now I have to relax. Then I start having wine. So I mean, it's a big, long, drawn-out process. Right? Oh, I absolutely would if I had to clean my own house again. I would be tipsy-tossy. Okay, so that is a big deal. To me, it's no different in my personal life, with my son, with my personal tasks, with my business, with content generation, with reposting, distribution of content to social media networks, uploading a video, optimizing of videos. I have a lot of people that help me because I know where my time is most valuable at. That is critical. That make sense? Are you in? All right, first things first. You guys, there are two major elements of marketing. New client acquisition and existing customer retention, referral generation, and reactivation. Three things. New client acquisition, very important, and existing customer retention, you have to retain your clients. Referral generation, highest margin customer that you can get in the door is going to come from who? From an existing customer, absolutely. And reactivation means you sold them one product and you're going to sell them something new. An easier sale, yes? Okay, one of the easiest ways to do that is a mobile app. What I want you to think about, the internet has 1 trillion websites. I'm an SEO person, I know it inside and out. However, I'm also a realist. The reality is that most small business owners don't have the personal due diligence or the funding to be able to compete with 2.10 or 2.5 million pages, or 300 million pages, or 500 million pages, which when you go to Google and you type in your primary service and you hit search, top left-hand corner, it says 1 of 10 of X. 75 million, 20,000, 350 million, and so forth. Most small business owners are not there yet. The amount of work it requires to compete online. If anybody tells you it's fast, free, or easy, tell them to jump in a link and run the other way. It mathematically doesn't make sense. Trillions of pages. And you're just trying to get on 1 through 10. It's hard. It's very, very hard. A mobile app is the fastest way to be able to fix that. With the mobile app, your goal is to be able to put your message, your calendar, your videos, your appointment scheduling, your 911 request, your schedule consult in somebody's pocket. How many of you have your phones with you? How many of you download apps? How many of you would rather go to an app to find what you need versus go to the internet? You have to, at bare minimum, you have to make it easy for your customers or prospects to be able to reach you. The most difficult thing you can do is send them to Google. Most difficult thing. At the bottom you can't see it, it says keep my customers off Google. I don't want my clients on Google. It's very, very important. So making sure that you have a mobile app. Do you guys, everyone familiar with a mobile app? You pay your bills and so forth, yes? Does it make sense that if you go to a speaking event, to have everyone download your app? Yes? Now, inside that app, you guys, this is the greatest part. How many of you are more likely to read a text message than an email? Raise your hand and look around. Okay, the old school marketing, email newsletter. Today marketing, shoot them a text. So if you're in a coaching program and you need to remind them to eat healthy, or you need to remind them to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of 101 things. If you need to remind your customer of something, hey, have you written a next chapter in your book? Hey, have you spoken lately? Hey, have you recorded a Google Hangout because you're going to digitize yourself? Whatever that is the number one easiest way to do it. Plus, this is inexpensive and it's permanent. Make sense? So that's number 2. Number 3, Google is God. You are going to have to form a very close relationship with her. My version. Okay? Google is critical. Everything in here is free. Everything in here is free. Google is a business playground. Gmail, Google+, Google Drives, Google Calendar, YouTube, Hangouts, Analytics, QR code generators. I see salespeople standing in front of the room trying to sell QR codes. Anybody somebody's tried to sell them a QR code? Yes? Okay, so you go to goo.gl, right? Yes. goo.gl, and you type in a link and you say generate code, and it gives you the QR code and it gives you all your tracking and your stats. It's free. Don't let anybody sell you garbage. Next thing, I see IT companies going and trying to sell Microsoft Exchange so that you can be networked. How many of you use Google Drive? Best thing on the planet, huh? Every single document in the cloud. My PowerPoint right now, this is Google. This is not PowerPoint. Sitting in the cloud, I go to 12steproadmap.com. If you guys want this PowerPoint, it's on the home page. What does that do for me? Saves me what?
Time.
I see speakers all the time that say, oh, if you guys want your slide deck, go ahead. Slide deck's yours, 12steproadmap.com. You can have everything. The form, it's on there too. You can access anything and everything. Video of this presentation, Bruce, we'll have it up in a couple weeks.
Not even.
Not even a couple weeks. So you get the presentation too. Everything in one place. What does that save me from having to waste?
Time.
Absolutely. Google Hangout, fastest way to do a video. You talked about endorsements, collaboration, and partnerships. Google Hangout is number 1. All right. I'm going to reverse order this for almost everyone in the room. 4 and 5, I'm going to say for this room, how many of you are solopreneurs? Absolutely. So, you guys, we're going to reverse order 5 for 4. So go ahead and scratch out 4 and change it for 5. I'm going to go through websites, but I'm going to pause for a minute. Last year, when we did this event, we focused very heavily on web. The biggest thing that I realized in the audience was that the audience wasn't necessarily ready for this. This takes work. Building the right website, having it done properly, website, integrated blog, integrated social media, content, home, about us, our services, every single service, 1 page per service, 300 words per page, plus an intro video, plus you need to have some images, you're going to have graphics and so forth. Maurice, does it take work?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
It takes work. Participation on both ends. Anybody that says, I'm going to go pay for a website, I'm going to throw it over to the developer, you're the expert. No, I'm not the expert in your business, you are. You be the expert in your business, I'll be the expert making sure you have the proper platform in place. Together we'll make gold. However, it doesn't work one or the other. If you have a website that was built by a triple F, Friends, Family, and Fools, it doesn't look professional, it's built on a template, it's built by GoDaddy website tonight, Yahoo Site Builder, Wix. Any website template building system, they're not crawlable by Google. Google cannot crawl it. If Intuit website builder, it costs $10 to put up a website. Congratulations, no one will ever find it. That should be your number 1 asset in your business when you're ready to commit to it. Absolutely. All right.
Can you repeat that? Just that last part.
I love that
for
statement.
20 years. I want to know.
If you have a website for 20 years, it's trash. If you have a website for 5 years, it's trash. A content management system, the number 1 content management system on the planet is WordPress. How many of you have a WordPress site? Fantastic. Your WordPress site is built with WordPress, MySQL database. It has a core WordPress engine. Then it has a theme. How many of you have a theme? So those of you that have WordPress sites, how many of you have had your theme upgraded in the last year? Fantastic, loving it. How many of them are responsive? How many of you don't know? Okay, so, can I go back? No, you're good. Right now, the majority of searches, you notice that technology is changing so much that people are starting to go to websites from their phones and their tablets. A responsive website will literally take your website instead of, if this is my site and I open it up on a tablet, and it streams it down to this little tiny thing and you see somebody on their phone going like this, that is a problem. If you go to mauricedomino.com, it literally takes this whole website, reshapes, shifts it, it brings the side content under the bottom content, and you still have aspect ratio with your site. This is a mobile responsive website. Every one of you in this room should be in WordPress, you should be on a responsive theme, and your theme has got to get upgraded every 18 months. It's just new clothes. You don't have to rebuild your whole website. It's just new clothes. You need to make sure you're operating with the most current theme for lots of reasons. That's a full day class. All right, next, number 5, content. You guys, hold hands with your neighbor if you're not freaked out by that. Don't freak out. I have to, okay? Reach. No, I'm just playing. Climb on the table, I'm good with that. No, I'm just okay. You guys, I have to tell you this. Ron talked about affiliates. You in this room are stronger together than you ever can be apart. This is critical. You're a solopreneur. It's freaking difficult to build a business. It's difficult to make money. It's not easy. I love the fact that my mom is a realist. My mom had that whole, oh, you're whining. This is a violin. Sorry for you. That was my mother. It still is. Yes, I'll leave it alone. When you're on my Facebook, you'll notice. I'll say, oh, I'm so excited. I got 12 speaking events. She's like, congratulations. Where's your son? Who's taking care of him? So, this right here means everything. Marie's having the sheet of paper that required you to put down who you met and what you're going to do, requiring you to sit down and make appointments to be able to meet with each other. Right here, I want you to take everything you've learned and then go back to the slide that had 3 things you needed to do. I said, think like this from now on. The first one was. I know I said a lot. Digitization. Digitization, replication, and automation. So, if you want to be able to access my network, you should schedule an appointment with me to do a Google Hangout. You should let me interview you. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to pull it out of you, girl. I gotcha. Okay? I'm going to pull out her passion and her love and her message and her story. I'm going to pull that out of her. And I'm going to take that video. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube account. Then I'm going to take that video and I'm going to drop it into a collaborative digital network.
Say that again.
A collaborative digital network. This right now is your guys' number 4, my number 5. Collaborative marketing. Having the ability to co-create content and co-promote content in a collaborative space will outperform anything you can do on your own. The affiliate marketing, critical. The ability to get sponsorships and so forth. Let me give you a couple examples. On your mobile app, how many of you go to networking events? Okay? Okay, all right. So, first off, make a goal not to have to go to those things, please. It makes me nervous having business owners go to networking events. I'm not saying don't do it or that it's wrong. I am saying that sometimes it becomes a lifestyle. And if you choose, I go to this because I'm required to right now with the sole purpose of not having to go. The sole purpose of not having to go. I love the fact yesterday I was at an event, 123 employee, and the hypnotist, oh shoot, Marshall Silver came in. And I love the fact that he's so busy. He was in Florida, then he was in Atlanta, he was somewhere else, then he walked in straight off the airplane, dropped his luggage at the entrance, walked down on stage, nailed an entire presentation, which if you're on my Facebook, I totally illegally recorded almost all of it. It's so cool. So, if you can go check it out. Walked in, did his thing, went back up to his hotel room, went to the VIP thing, came back downstairs, did his presentation this morning, and got on another flight out. To me, that is hot. That is hot, hot, hot. He doesn't have time to stay. I respect that. I had somebody say, why would he stay for the whole event? I was like, no, no. Hopefully he goes home to his family and doesn't work for the next week. I love that. So make sure, this is my ADD kicking in, by the way. All right, so back to networking. When you go to a networking event, how long does it take you to prepare? Ladies, before you go.
Oh, you mean the shower that's...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a process. Then you get in the car, you guys are in LA, you're toast. I took Highway 1 so that I could just relax on the beach and Topeka Boulevard on the way here. I stayed off those other crazy highways. It took me 2 hours and 50 minutes to get here for a 45-minute drive. However, okay, that requires a tremendous amount of time. Getting ready, the preparation, then the event. You sit in the event, you have the same 30 people all doing the same 30-second commercial. And you leave and you go through the same process to get home. You have all the business cards, everybody trying to sell their wares and tears, yes? Yes. Then it's over. Let me give you a new motto. I do anywhere between 3 and 10 Google Hangout recordings on a weekly basis. Google Hangout, you guys, if you're not sure how to use it, I'm telling you, raise your hand if you'll teach somebody how to use Google Hangout. You guys set up, look around right now. You guys already set up appointments. So use your first appointment to learn how to do Google Hangout so your butt doesn't have to get in a car and go waste all that time to go drive to a meeting at Starbucks. Become smart about how you use your time. If you go sit down and you meet with somebody, you don't even know if it's a good exchange yet. So meet with them digitally first. Now, if you digitize the recording, if you say, you know what, let me interview you to learn more about your business. There's 2 of you on a screen side by side, and I'm able to ask you questions that really make you shine and so forth. What are you going to do with that video?
Put it on YouTube.
You're going to put it everywhere, right? What am I going to do with that video?
Put it everywhere.
She's going to be way more than 30 people at a networking event. Way more. And hopefully you monetize everything that you do by at the end having a call to action, a conversion form, and a way for them to contact you. And if you're real smart, you'll go to the CRM slide, and that's in here too. In fact, that's next. Does that make sense? So if I create 10 videos per week, and they go on YouTube and they get published in my blog on my own personal site, or my own personal 10 sites, and then also they get published onto a central platform where all of you can add content, all of you can blog. I will give you a quick example. This is DNet TV. Who's that? That was my outfit last year. My feet hurt. Didn't do that this year. All right, this is where Casey's at. Lisa, I wonder if Lisa, do you know Lisa? I don't know who that is. I don't even know all these people. This is a group of business owners that come together to create content, publish content into a central platform. Google cares about 3 things. Are you current? Are you relevant? And are you trusted? Are you current? Are you relevant? Are you trusted? And so you don't have to write those down. That is on number 7, which is SEO. SEO takes time and a tremendous amount of energy and a tremendous amount of money. Okay, I'm only mentioning this because if you focus on collaborative content marketing, you're not going to have to flip the page over yet. If you don't, you need to pull out a big hefty budget in the thousands to compete on for search engine optimization. In the thousands, depending on your phrases. It's not easy. So in order to avoid this page, the back page, that is 7 through 12, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars in investments. Right now, that'll make your eyebrows look funny, make your stomach hurt, and so forth. However, to a business that spends $25,000 a month but generates $350,000 a month, it's a drop in the bucket. They don't care. Ultimately, would you like to spend $25,000 a month and make $350,000?
Yes.
Okay? So, in order to get here, do this right first. Do this right first. You guys, I'm telling you, you're going to hear a ton of speakers come up and they're going to train on whatever they're familiar with, right? Whatever their subject matter expert is, and man, they're convincing. Don't listen to a speaker unless they sit down with you and they ask a tremendous amount of questions about how long have you been in business? What is your current database? How big is your database? Where is it stored? How frequently are you in touch with your customers? What % of your business comes from referral business? What % of business comes from your website? How much traffic do you get from your website? What's your conversion rate on your website? How many new leads do you get on a regular basis? How many social sites do you participate on? What % of the social sites have your existing customers as your majority of your network? How much business do you get from your social sites? I can't give you advice, really good advice, especially on that back page, unless I know a tremendous amount of information from you. And then I got to get personal. And I can say, how good are you on technology? How willing are you going to be to commit to this? How fearful are you of specific technology? What % effort are you willing to contribute to this? How willing are you to practice? So, I mean, those are the type, if you're really talking to a consultant, the reason that Maurice and the guys do so well is because they sit down and they get intimate, because they ask those personal questions, because they know each other's faults and so forth. Maurice knows what I'm not good at. He could probably give you a list. Staying on this PowerPoint is one. Okay? Right? So, I mean, that is critical. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys, I'm going to go through these again. These are very important. We're not. The second page, search engine optimization, is it critical? Yes. Are you ready? I'm going to say no. As a solopreneur, not yet. Not saying don't go there. No different. E-commerce. Maybe. If you have a crappy website, your website's not up to par, it's not crawled by Google, you don't have a decent amount of traffic, you don't have good conversion, you don't have a CRM tied into your website, don't do e-commerce yet, because you're spending money without having the proper infrastructure to make it work for you yet. Social media. Now I have a ton of people that are going to say, Jen, why would you tell them not to do social media? I'm going to tell you this, don't do it by yourself. In a collaborative environment on this, on DNet, you're going to notice if you participate in Maurice's Facebook page, if you participate in mine, Bruce's, Brad's, Helen's, and so forth, we're all part of a network that helps promote each other. So you'll notice when we have a new DNet member, you'll see a post come out from the CEO, Casey Everhart, and he'll say, hey guys, check out so-and-so just joined DNet. What do you guys notice that happens on those posts on Facebook?
We go like this.
Like, and usually it's like this, done, 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 and the person that just joined is like, so cool. So I don't want to ask you to hold hands again, okay? But I want you to absolutely hold hands. You don't have to even have business to exchange. It doesn't have to be are you a good person for me to do business with? Can I sell my wares and tears to you? It's not about that. It is about how can I automate the process of being able to meet your network. It is about how can I replicate myself through her to her network. It is about how to remove all the manual processes, like, well, they're not working even 5 hours. Maybe you're slogging traffic. Okay, so, like, I have a heart attack about getting in a car and having to go somewhere. Like, if you make me meet with you in person, you better be real good. It has to be really, really good appointment. All right, back to the very front. So I'm going to go over it again and I'm going to slow down a little bit. Is that going to be helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm learning. See, I have a good coach in the back of the room. All right, first things first. You have to make a decision on coach and implementation. Okay? There's different types of coaches. Obviously, for your speaking career, please, 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 please work with Maurice. He's helped me tremendously. Oh, by the way, the first time I ever sold a product from the front of the room, you know where it was? Any thoughts?
At one of Maurice's events.
It was with him. And I was like, I don't want to. Okay. My business model was to present, give a free consultation, and then have the appointment over a conference call, and then do my business. And he made me do it from the front of the room. The weirdest thing happened. People that had heard me speak before were like, God, I didn't even know what you do. I've been trying to do business with you forever. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I wanted to join. I was like, well, what? And then I had a what with myself on the way back to the hotel. A coming to Jesus meeting. I was like, you know the amount of years I walked off with people going, but what do you do? How do I work with you? All right, so that's first. Implementation, make a decision. A, time, B, money. A, if you have more time, learn it. Remove all the excuses that prevent you from doing well. Remove them right now. If you're going to outsource it, please get someone to help you evaluate a good vendor. Please, 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 please. Okay, a lot of times I see businesses trying to save money. Think of it this way. The cost of doing it wrong far outweighs the cost of doing it right. The cost of making a bad decision in a vendor, a coach, a product, a service, because you go cheap, or because you want to help a friend, or because they're your neighbor, because they sit at your networking event. I don't like any of it. If that is 100 or thousands of times, not just because of the expense, but more importantly, the missed opportunities that come from not doing it right. And I've seen people do that, make that bad decision year over year over year, service over service, even the same product. I actually met a woman who replaced her WordPress website 8 times. If you know anything about a WordPress, once you have it, you have it. The only thing you need to do is give it a new outfit. You don't need to do anything else. You just upgrade that thing and give it a new outfit. She had them rebuild a whole new WordPress website 8 times. Spent over $60,000. When you have something that literally it's a car, you repaint it. Car, you repaint it. Car, you repaint it. You still have the same car. Oh, okay. My soapbox. All right, next one. Mobile app. This is critical, especially if you don't have a wicked website with a ton of money going into it. A mobile app, you've got to get very, very comfortable about getting yourself in other people's pockets. That's more ways than one. Yes? Turn her on, honey. I wanted to say it all day.
It's on.
Okay.
Do you have any recommendations for places we can go to build a mobile app? And if you do, what would you recommend? What is your, what? You build mobile apps? See? That should have been in the intro.
Tell me how to do it, girl. I'm listening.
I didn't know.
I love that. I love that. Absolutely. We'll take everything on this sheet we do.
Oh, cool.
Everything on
Okay.
this. So, my intro, everything was on the 12-step roadmap. We deliver easily. Okay. So, doesn't mean we're always the right fit. Okay. So that's going to depend. However. All right. Mobile app critical. Any thoughts or questions? How much have you guys seen people trying to sell mobile apps for? Anybody ever tried to buy one?
I actually sell them.
Yes? Fantastic.
It's part of the advertising specialty. And it's part of the association I'm with, Advertising Specialties. And it's one of the new things that we sell. I don't know how we do it, but we sell it. It's in our pocket. It's one of the million products that I sell.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I love it.
But I don't sell building it.
Got you, okay. Anyone ever tried to buy a mobile app or got a quote from one? How much did they quote you?
2,000.
2,000, anyone else?
Yeah, $500 to $1,000.
Okay, anyone else? Well, fantastic, yes?
I mean, I literally had somebody quote us $15,000 to do a mobile app.
Really?
The audience, I just got back from, I asked that question, the average price point was 25 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that though. Okay, so, don't freak out. All right, so easy enough. That's the mobile app piece. The next one, Google Apps. I did not bring this because I didn't even think about it. We have an 8 series video pack. I think it's like $200. I don't even have a sales sheet on that, but it's 8 training videos that walk through how to use each of these things. However, what we did is I had a group of people raise their hands. If you're willing to teach somebody else how to use Google Hangout, raise your hand. Okay, now look around so you know who to set appointments with. These are your 8 spoon coons. Take a mental snapshot, all right? Very important people to know during that meeting. Don't just learn how to use it. Take the opportunity to create a what? A video, a digital asset. So you're going to get a twofer. Okay, so take time to learn the application and create a digital asset so you're promoting each other and then use it in your network. Make sense? All right, fantastic. Next one, we're going to skip website and blog. I'm going to move into content marketing. You guys, collaborative marketing and content generation is how you replicate yourself. It's how you digitize yourself. It's how you automate the process of meeting new people. But you've got to have a team around you that is able to help promote you to their network. If I meet you right here, what value can I bring? Compared to if you meet me on Facebook, now what value can I bring? What does it give you access to if you connect with me online? Absolutely. And if you're great at producing valuable content, now what does it do to our relationship? Enhances it. How? Actually, it even keeps it alive. All too often, you guys go to an event, you don't connect with the speaker on a social media site, where's the relationship go? Nowhere. If you connect with me online, if you connect with each other online, and you're producing regular content, and the content is valuable or funny or interesting and so forth, now you're going to be what to me? Top of mind. I don't want to forget about you. It actually saddens me to meet somebody at an event and fall in love with them or their business or something else, and then they disappear. Versus, even when they connect with me on Facebook, but they never post any good content, they don't have any video, they're not participating. Write this down. Write this down. I'm going to give you one more. Show up. Suit up. Anybody want to guess the last one? And shut up. Is that what you think? No, I'm just kidding. Show up, suit up, and
Stood up? Stand out. Stand up. What is the second one again?
show up, suit up. Suit up, you guys, means be prepared. I mean, you're here right now. You're at this boot camp to become prepared, to suit up, to not fake it, not fake it till you make it. No, you create a plan and you practice. You evaluate your results. You modify the plan and do it again. Show up, suit up, and participate. Participate. It's typically the one thing where everybody falls off. You show up, we're here. You might suit up, you wrote out your plan, you have a new outline for your presentation, your message is created, you're at least on your way. But the last thing that is going to be necessary in order for you to generate results is going to be what? I'm going to say this. Participate in your life. This is your life, 100%. You have to play a very, very, very active role in your life. I think I just posted, I was on my way here. That is so funny. Anyone want to read my post on my way here?
Which one? I think was so bad.
Decided to take it.
Someone have a mic?
The one that you like the LA traffic because you talk to your son?
Yes, you saw that one. You know, I hear all these people complaining about it. I created a post on there, and I said, I loved the traffic on my way here yesterday because it gave me an opportunity to talk to my loved one, my son. Anybody volunteer? There you go. It's all you. Okay. They're gonna go. Show up, suit up, and yes, just read that.
Just got here, decided to take an entirely new route to get here this morning. Highway 1. I love change. Do something totally different today. Be spontaneous in love, life, and business. Your future self will thank you for it. With love, Jay.
Does that make sense? When I say show up and participate in your life, take an active role in doing something different, in making a change. I started the very beginning of this presentation off saying, if you don't like where you are, or if you don't like what you're getting, you must change what you're doing. It just is. The cool part is, once you get into this and you get into this model, when you really, really, really get into this model, you're going to get used to being excited to take on the new project. You might have some anxiety because this stuff is complicated, you're not sure what to expect, and it requires participation, but you'll be excited to implement. You'll get used to evaluating it, you'll get used to making modifications without having a freak out attack, and you'll love the process. But you have to go into it knowing, I love the process. No different than when I got in the car and I looked over the freeway, I was like, I don't even drive anywhere by myself. And I looked at your guys' traffic and I was like, oh, I'm so excited I get to talk to my son. Put it on speaker and I got to visit with him for almost an hour and a half. So that is how this works though. Being 100% excited and enthusiastic about your life, about the change you're going to embark on, about the fact that it is difficult. Remember I was telling you about my mom and the little violin? I love the fact that my mom sat down. So I was in corporate. I made around $160,000 a year by the time I was 26. I was a corporate nerd, traveled about 2 weeks out of every month. Single mom, had a 2-year-old, got relocated to Dallas, Texas. My son's name is Terrell. You can probably see him somewhere. That's him. My little man. So we I decided 12 years ago, I literally walked in and the owner of the company, Coast State, came in and he was like, Jen, you got to leave on Monday and you're going to be gone for a 7-leg trip. And my son had just started kindergarten. I was in Dallas, Texas, no friends, no family, no nothing. He just started T-ball and he was playing T-ball and soccer at the same time. And I literally walked in on Monday and quit. And I was like, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. I want to be an active role in his life. I want to play an active role. In order for me to get from 12 years ago, borderline going dead broke, broke, I was already I was a great shopper, not exactly a great saver. So when you make that much money and you walk to the mailbox and the bills show up on Monday morning, you wonder, why did I just quit? What it's taken to get from there to here is a lot of interesting mistakes that are the greatest opportunities and the greatest advancements in my business, hands down. The things I will give you to take away is what we're talking about right now. You've got to make sure you have the right technology in place. You must make sure that you have the right strategy and a coach to help you implement. You've got to surround yourself, always think about holding hands with a network of people who bring you up, empower you, push you, and hold you accountable, promote you, help you network. And you personally have to have the right behavior. You personally have to have the right behavior. Is that helpful? Is this helpful? Yes? Yes? Yes. Is that where I'm at right now? It is? I'm right on time. Is that what I get to say?
Yes.
Okay, you guys, so I'm happy. So questions so far. The ladies are gonna bring up some sheets, which I want you guys to, I'm gonna walk through with you. It's gonna look like this. I'm gonna walk through it with you. The great part is, number one, the 2 things that I decided to focus on today with you was based on my experience in the last event. My experience in the last event was that I had people, I was trying to encourage them to jump too far too soon, and I don't want to do that. I want to start with hands down, nuts and bolts basics. Nuts and bolts basics is mobile app and a membership to the network. Now the cool part is we have something new. You guys, this website that I'm pulling this presentation from is called 12steproadmap.com. which is a new membership site that we're getting ready to launch. It hasn't even been launched yet. The site is live, so you can go get this PowerPoint presentation, the worksheets, and everything else. But inside that site, we're going to have weekly training videos that come out and teach you everything from how to leverage Google Hangouts, how to embark on strategic partnerships, how to create a blog, how to write a blog, how to title a blog for social media versus SEO. All of the little things that I've learned over time. My partner and I should say my partners, and I are putting together very, very specific, diligent training that's going to go inside that. So everybody, regardless of which one you pick, is going to have access, a free membership to that site when it launches. Okay, so that is your ongoing training and mentorship and coaching as it relates to technology. There are 2 different options here. You guys right, Maurice?
Yes.
Can I change this one?
Sure.
Yes?
As a thank you, yeah, definitely.
Please?
Yes, go ahead.
For the mobile apps, I told Maurice that when I asked you guys the question of what the lowest price mobile app was that you found, and you said 500, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so cross 1,000 out and put 500. So I told Maurice that whatever you guys decided, that was going to be it. We'd eat the difference. So first off, thank you for that. The mobile app, $500 today, and it's $100 a month for maintenance, push notifications. You guys have unlimited text messages. You can send out as many as you want. We went through, you know people are going to respond to text messages much more than they're going to respond to emails. How many of you do email marketing right now? Yes? How many of you like getting email marketing newsletters? Okay, so I want everybody to look around because I'm going to ask this. How many of you do email marketing right now? Okay, how many of you like getting people's email newsletters? Well, I know you say that, but I will tell you as a speaker, I ask the same question to every audience, and I get the same result. No one raises their hand when I say, do you like getting them? And then about 4 or 5 minutes into it, someone will typically say, well, it just depends. So not saying it doesn't work. And to push that, if you go to number 11, I do have email marketing on here. However, it's very, very specific sequence-based marketing, not random newsletters that are junkily put together by a friend, family, or fool, or yourself, in a constant contact thing that looks like my son did it. Very, very, email marketing can be done if it's done properly through sequence. However, the easiest way to be able to stay in touch with your clients is through a mobile app and through push notifications. Next, VNet. I think he gave, all right, so DNet. DNet is a digital network. It's a collaborative digital marketing network. The great part about this is, if you own a website and you're not creating content, blogging, publishing content on a regular basis, your site is just an online brochure, which means you work for your site doesn't work for you. In a collaborative environment where you have a group of people publishing content to the same central platform. Earlier I went to the SEO article and I said that Google cares about 3 things. Are you current, are you relevant, and are you trusted? Current is the frequency of content being published. If you own your own website, in order for you to be current, you need to be publishing 2 to 3 articles a day. In a collaborative network, actually we have to pass out, we're having wine later, okay? In a collaborative network, if there are 100 of you or 500 of you all publishing content to the same platform, now what happens? You come in like a Mack truck. It's the holding hands approach. So you have multiple people coming into a network, publishing content to the same platform. Okay, that's are you current. The next one is, are you relevant? Relevant has to do with how you title your articles. So if you guys go to a Google Hangout and you label it, great interview with Mary, that does nothing. I had a dentist wife who published an article, and her article said, is your husband keeping you up at night? I was like, that's going to get you into the wrong category, huh? Sure enough. Okay. A couple bad searches, all of a sudden now they have, I'm not even going to tell you who they had come to their site. All right. However, what should have been done is it should have said, is sleep apnea affecting your husband's sleep or your sleep? Something like that. Something literal. So part of what will help within DNet is help you learn how to title your content to make it relevant. If you go search for Maurice's boot camp on YouTube, I just had somebody post that they were watching our event from last year. I don't know if you saw it. A lady posted, she said, I just watched your event from last year. It's a year later, and now they're watching it online. And she said, by the way, if you pull up Maurice's boot camp, it's the second video on there.
Really?
So I thought that was awesome.
Cool.
Now, if Maurice wants to get in front of my network, if he labels a video that says Jennifer Bagley speaks at, and then he has his boot camp title, if somebody is Googling for Jennifer Bagley, guess who they get to meet? Maurice Domino. Okay, if Ron and I did a video, Ron, this is the first time I've ever met you. We don't know each other from Adam, yes? We will next week. Okay, because I'm absolutely interested in showing up where you show up. Okay, since you do joint ventures. So it is in my best interest, and you better bet the first person I'm going to be scheduling time with is going to be Ron. We're going to do a Google Hangout. We're going to jump on a video. I'm going to optimize the video for his name. Because when they search for him, I want them to find who? You. Absolutely. No different than in DNet, we will teach people how to promote their competitors. This is very interesting strategy. There is a woman that is a killer speaker named Shama. She's absolutely amazing. I love her. She's in my backyard. And we do relatively the same thing from a speaking, business, and so forth standpoint. She launches a new book. Guess what the first person to promote that book is? Me. You know the difference? She'll spend 40 grand on book promotions and marketing and advertising and news and PR and publicists and everything else. Guess what I spent?
0.
Couple hours. Couple hours. And when her marketing budget hits that 50 grand and she's got traffic all over and she just made it on the news and everybody's going to look for her and they see her and they see me. I'm smiling. I'm really smiling. You can literally leverage other people's marketing budgets to be able to get found. So, me posting her content on my site, it's not going to do a lot because I don't invest tons of money on my own personal sites. Me publishing the content here and having a collaborative group of people that are all publishing content and it's a network and we're reposting and resharing and so forth, that makes sense. You guys, that's what this package does, Dina. It's $40 a month. Normally it's $250 for an all-access pass. We have some people on the network that host TV shows, and they'll say every Wednesday at 9 o'clock we have a TV show or a podcast. We have some people that only post content, but you can put video and audio inside that content. But I will tell you this, if you're going to join the network, the 3 things I told you you must do in life, what are they? No, okay, sorry, show up. Okay, say it again. So first thing is, show up. When you join DNet, use that as your catalyst and your accountability platform to get used to doing that in life. Show up to the trainings, suit up, meaning learn. Learn how to create content, learn how to optimize content, learn how to do an interview properly, learn how to present yourself on video. You're going to learn that inside the system. You're going to learn that because we've got killer mentors inside the system. And then participate, meaning block off a moment of time. I'm telling you, you're willing to spend 4 hours in LA to go to a networking event that gets you squat, but a handful of business cards you don't do much with. Stopping long enough to generate a piece of content, optimize the content, and push it out through a network of people who are trained and designed and absolutely committed to helping market each other's business, that makes sense to me. I want you to look very quickly at my Facebook. When you go through my Facebook, you're going to notice it's the same group of names consistently, and that group grows of people, I have so much stuff on here, of people that are marketing. Every person that's in this network, they're all helping each other. They're all, Bruce, when I post content, you go to what?
I go to your Facebook.
He goes, he likes it, he shares it, he comments on it.
Absolutely.
Maurice likes it, shares it, comments on it. Helen, I look for her content. Brad, I look for his content. Rick, I look for your content. Heidi and I cross-promote each other all the time, and so forth. You can either A, pay a marketing agency to go do that,
Yeah.
or B, every single one of these, you like that? I love him. So, you guys, or you can use each other's talents. Would you rather go spend X number of $1,000 with a marketing agency right now? And I own one, so trust me, I'm pulling you away from my own services. Or would you rather agree to come together as a unit and cross-promote each other and help you grow internally yourselves? Does that make sense? Any questions? All right, I want to help you guys get this filled out. Take 2 seconds. So, yes, sir? Oh, you need a mic. I can put it down
I
there.
just want to know if the cross promotions, if it matters, who you're cross promoted with.
So I love that you said that. So the question is, does it matter when you're doing cross promotions who you're cross promotions with? I'm going to say from a social media standpoint, absolutely not. From a search engine standpoint, absolutely. Meaning, in a social media environment, it doesn't matter about me, it matters who I'm connected with. So someone in my network has an interest in what you're doing. Someone in my network has a specific case you're going to provide a solution for. It doesn't have to be me. So, but it's going to be someone in my network, and I have a large network, so that's a good place to start. Now, on a website, I see lots of small business owners backlinking to each other. Think of this like having a friend that does drugs. If you have a friend that has a really crummy website and they're graded low on Google, and you decide you're going to partner with them and backlink, that can drop your rank down. So you only want to collaborate on a web environment with high quality sites, high performing websites, not with everybody. Backlinked with bad friends are bad. They're not going to help you. Does that help? Okay. Two things are going to happen. One, you guys fill out this top section. First off, you have the mobile app. Second, you have a DNET membership. Mobile app, you're crossing $1,000 off and you're making it to $500. And the third component of this is, if there are any other areas of the 12-step program, I've committed to Maurice that we do 100% complimentary consultation for any of those steps. You just check off which ones you need help with. So if you're already investing in SEO, then check that off and we can help evaluate what's working, what's not working. I even do consults where you bring your SEO team on and I can give them the right act for you. It's fun. All right, you guys, let's fill these out real quick. And we will hand these in the back of the room. Maurice and your crew, I love you so much. Thank you. And
Well, let's let one of you, Jennifer. Let's give Jennifer a round of applause. Thank you so much. Just to be clear, on this form, fill it out, right? And yes, if you want to take advantage of the mobile app, that's $500, the DNET. But definitely fill it out and then put a check mark. Because, what did you say, how long of a consultation?
An hour free consultation.
An hour free consultation with this woman. And what do you usually charge per hour for a consultation?
$600.
$600. So there you have right in front of you is the $600 value. So fill that out in its entirety, phone number, email, and all that. I would say definitely take advantage of the mobile app. Take advantage of DNET. I'm a DNET trainer in there for creating content because, again, you could just use the template for creating those blog posts. Join our family of DNET members. And Jennifer, you're going to be here for a while?
I am.
All right, fantastic. So let's synchronize our watches. Jennifer, perfect, right on time. It is 4:18. We're going to take a 10-minute break, see Jennifer in the back, and we'll wrap things up when we come back. Thank you so much. Give Jennifer a round of applause again.